Hello all, welcome once again to Career Growth, your very own channel, a channel that takes care of a lot of queries that comes to your mind. Every now and then, something related to acads, sometimes to careers, sometimes to courses, sometimes for the parents and sometimes of course for the students. Today everyone wants to do something different, scale to different heights. It starts with the first basic level and then climbing up. So today we thought, why not do something different for you? Students do want to become or take up mountaineering and do not know how they should be going about it. So we thought, why not interview a person who himself is a mountaineer and has a full-fledged career into it. We welcome Charuhas Joshi, who is a mountaineer and with us today. So let's welcome Charuhas Joshi. Hello Charuhas, good to be here with you. And yes, I have not spoken much about him because as and when I'm starting the interview, I'm sure you'll get to know a lot about him. A very brief introduction will be a mountaineer, a risk taker, a decision maker, a corporate trainer, and much more than that. Yes, a career as a mountaineer, and here we have to hear it from Charuhas itself. So Charuhas, a career which a lot of students aspire. These days as a counselor, we come across this thing that I want to do something different. Before we start into it, I would like to know, how did you get into this career, that is as a mountaineer?
Start with my dad was a shippy, and we hardly got quality time to interact with him because the holidays never used to match.
All right.
So happened when I was in 6th or 7th standard, around that time the holidays matched, and he took us, all the kids, 3 of us brothers, to Shivaji's Fort Raigad.
Oh.
And then whatever he knew about the history and how he defeated big Mughal army despite less numbers on his side, using the peculiarities of the terrain and how he used it to his advantage. That was my first stint with any hillock or mountain, so to say, fort. And then slowly we got dragged into this, the interest got aroused, and those days mainly how you continue with that is friend circle. I was lucky enough to have like-minded students with me. We used to come up with ST timetables, which areas we want to visit, and then prepare some kind of a rudimentary budget, and we used to approach our parents, get it sanctioned, and we used to embark on our own, 3-4 students, and that was it to start with.
Okay.
Slowly from forts, then I started getting to remote places, difficult terrains, and those days I used to believe either you can climb mountains or don't climb, because I had heard of some rock climbing courses and all. So just out of curiosity, I attended one of those courses. What is it to learn about climbing a mountain? And probably that was the eye-opener for me, that if I really love this and if I want to continue for the rest of my life, then I need to develop technical expertise into this. How to safeguard the climb, how to keep the entire party safe, how to do the rope management, what are the different types of rocks, and how to go about that. After doing this particular rock climbing course, I got into bigger and bigger challenges, and that started giving me a different vision altogether. It's like looking at the rock faces. If it's a plaster wall like what we are seeing around, even Tenzing and office stager cannot climb, simply because there are no fault lines to use it to your advantage.
Okay.
In the making of the rock, normally it is not exactly the way the walls are plastered. There are natural faults in the forms of some nubians, protrusions, some cracks, and those you have to use to your advantage. That gave me an inkling of how to form strategies to deal with big rock faces, how to see the fault lines, how to use it to your advantage. From a distance, probably what you think you can use it, and when you're actually near the rock, when your vision gets foreshortened, suddenly you're deprived of all that awareness and vision kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I started to understand what is focus, what is awareness, how to plan at a bigger level, and how to break up the big phase into ledges, small pieces, achievable pieces, and then think further. It was during the vacation time, and for me the choice was slightly difficult in the sense I was a 4th and 7th middle school, high school scholar.
Okay.
And 11th, I got 74%. So that was the juncture. Then, what should I do career-wise? Should I get into that? But around the same time, I had learned chess, picked up some rudimentary, and at intercollegiate level, I was All India University runners-up, thrice Bombay University champion.
Oh wow.
And then I was at a juncture, what should I pursue, really speaking? I was captain of basketball team of local college, and then tried my hands at several things.
Oh, all outdoor.
All outdoors.
With the including indoor chess also.
With including chess also.
Okay.
It's simply because around that time I had heard about Vishwanathan Anand, and sound mind in sound body was internalized really well. So I thought that time it was slightly murky picture, what I want to be very frank. It was not straightforward. Things got evolved. To start with, it was a journey to find out what God has given me as a potential. So I was making my forays on different levels, trying on physical sports like karate, climbing, which was complementing each other, basketball to develop that aerobic endurance, and several other things like athletics, distance running, and whatnot. I was trying into
So
that.
it is just not about just climbing, or it's a wholesome thing what you're talking about.
It's a wholesome thing. Rather, rock climbing is considered as vertical chess.
Oh,
It's not
wow.
only physical prowess that we are talking about. You have to plan your route and you have to climb. Only physical thing I'm talking about, then what you require is power to weight ratio. So what I mean is that in your weight group, you should have maximum power. That helps you take your own weight onto your hands. Or in your power group, you should weigh the minimum kind of stuff. Okay.
It is not something which we see as a very simple thing. Like people, like for me also, it is like, okay, it is just about climbing a mountain. But I'm sure it is much more than that. It is about physical stability. It is about mental fitness. It is about flexibility. It is about decision making, risk taking, all in all. It is just not as simple as it appears to be, maybe in the films or the way it has been shown or the way we see the pictures about it. It is much more than that.
It is much more than, because in films probably it's virtual, but probably so many things are arranged. Whether this is real life situation, the risks are real. If you trip down, the feedback you get is immediate. You can dilute about that. And probably to me, it started getting into that philosophical level that on one side you are pitting whatever you claim to have against big odds, and if you come unscathed out of that, then probably your judgment gets improved, and probably it was a journey towards astuteness towards me, and that gives you a very high kick. You don't require other keep giving things. Yeah.
Wow, this is quite interesting. It is not. It is more to do with the physical, mental also. It goes towards the spiritual thing also.
Almost. I never knew those words those days. After reading few books, that was a revelation to me.
I think we can go on and on because your experience has been so different, and everybody would like to know a lot of things. It's like we are on the base camp now, and the journey continues further ahead. So please keep watching, and we scale newer heights with Charuhas Joshi as he talks about mountaineering as a career. Thank you for now, and see you soon.